multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time All-Scholastic, Boston Globe Volleyball Athlete of the Year, Massachusetts Volleyball Player of the Year, the future Ohio State Buckeye. The list can go on and on for Needham star Ben Putnam. But to sum it up, this kid was the heart and soul for the two-time Division I state championship Needham boys volleyball. So before he embarks on his next journey, I got a chance to talk to Ben about his Needham career, what his future holds, and how volleyball has changed his life. Take a look. Needham volleyball star Ben Putnam has had one of the most successful high school careers you could imagine. But he actually didn't pick up a volleyball until his freshman year. But the rest would be history.
So the day before before volleyball tryouts, my freshman year, my friend Jason Gould, who was on the team with me all 4 years, he just told me to try out, and I was like, I didn't know anything about the sport. I thought it would just be fun. You know, I was playing AAU basketball during the spring, so I was thinking it would just be something fun to do with my friend, and then I had a lot of fun at tryouts. Decided to play, you know, took a season off of AAU basketball, and then, you know, as I kept playing volleyball, I realized that I liked it more than basketball, and so I just transitioned away from basketball and then focused more on volleyball. Well, I went to tryouts, and something they do at tryouts is they let the young guys, like the young freshmen, watch a varsity practice. And there's a lot of really athletic people, you know, jumping really high, hitting the ball straight down. And I thought that was really cool. I thought, I want to do that one day. So that got me interested, and then as I started playing, I realized, you know, there's a lot more to it.
After Ben decided to stick with volleyball, he realized there was something special about Needham's program, and from that point on, he was all in, and that decision would change his life.
You know, I don't think if I lived in any other town, I'd be playing volleyball, so I'm grateful to have been able to join Needham's program because, you know, they have a history of excellence, and they have a history of, you know, developing kids into really good players. And I'm just fortunate enough to, you know, live in Needham and be able to play under Coach Powell and play with such amazing teammates. Yeah, I don't know where I would be if I didn't start playing, so I'm really fortunate for that. I'm really fortunate for Jason Gould for, you know, telling me to come try out just for fun.
Putnam committed to Ohio State back in April, and when the chance presented itself, it was almost a no-brainer.
You know, if you were to tell me my freshman year that I would be going to play a sport at Ohio State, I would have said you're crazy. But you know, it really changed my whole life for the better. I'm really excited for these next 4 years to keep playing the sport I love. A lot of the schools I was talking to, I never had really heard of. So there's a couple that, you know, that I had heard of that stood out. But Ohio State especially, you know, I watch their football games on TV, and you know, they're a really big school. And, you know, I started talking to the coach. I didn't really know how serious he was about, you know, letting me join their program. But then they had me out on a visit. I got to meet the guys. I got to watch a practice, watch a game, you know, be in the locker room. And, you know, as cliche as it sounds, like when I went on a lot of college tours, but when I went to Ohio State, I felt like, I didn't feel like it was home, but I felt like I could see myself here for 4 years.
Before Ben embarks on his new journey, he took a look back on his favorite memories in a Rockets jersey and expressed how much this program has meant to him.
Favorite Needham memory is probably, well, the 2 state championships were really cool, especially the one last year, you know, where the season before got canceled, and then we came out and won the state championship, and all the guys who, you know, weren't able to play in 2020 got to watch and celebrate with us. That was really cool. And then we had a game in Westfield. Westfield's always been the big rival. We had a game in Westfield. Westfield had the biggest crowd I've ever seen. I'm not sure why. It was like a scrimmage, but their crowd was massive. They were heckling us a lot, and we went in there. We beat them, and that was really cool. And then on the way back home, we got to sing on the bus, and you know, it was just a nice memory. Whenever I think of Needham volleyball, I think about that game. I definitely learned a lot playing in this program. I was a bit of a hothead when I started playing. I wasn't, you know, an amazing teammate, I don't think, but being surrounded by such nice guys and by such an amazing coach, I was able to, you know, learn that you just gotta, you know, I mean, the main thing you talked about was next play. Like, And I think I applied that to a lot of things outside of volleyball, like, something doesn't go your way in the classroom, or, you have a bad day, you just gotta, forget about it and move on to the next thing. And that's been really important to me as I've, through COVID, where things were really uncertain, and through volleyball, where, you can make a bad play and then you're right back in the swing of things. You just gotta, move on and go on to the next play. That's probably the main message that I took away.